Hello everybody, how you doing? Direct Action Gaming channel. Welcome back to my studio. It's part 3. This is part 3 of the market expansion campaign. That's what we're calling it. We're tacking on a market to this war I'm on. A market and a cat, to be precise. We had a goat, we murdered the goat. The goat is dead. The goat died a long time ago. I think it was Amelia the lawyer that killed the goat, and ironically it kind of seems like she might be almost dead now too, so that sucks. um to add further context, she got really drunk because she was feeling kind of sad, and then in the morning a bunch of rubble fell on her. So that's that's all a bunch of stuff that happened so far. That's only, oh gosh, that's only some of it. We also have a cat. I kind of like the fact that the cat is just vibing. Like, as far as I can tell, like nothing bad happens to the cat. Like, the cat is just chilling. Like, it might help us. It might chill out and make somebody feel good, or it might just wander off and then come back the next day. That's it's the way they wrote these rules for the cat. It almost makes it seem like really chill to be a cat, like all the time, even in a war zone or something. Because there ain't no rubble falling on this cat. Apparently, cat's just a-okay. Anyway, so we are. Last time we finished day 1 and day 2. We are about to start day 3. Uh, the plan is probably to try and do another double feature here with day 3 and day 4, because I was kind of thinking we're not going to be doing an awful lot of stuff on day 3. We're probably not going to be scavenging and going on all kinds of adventures like we did on the previous day. We do have a decent amount of supplies here. Our characters are pretty tired. I mean, not super tired, but a lot of them are fatigue 2. Amelia has fatigue 1. Once again, Amelia is almost dead. She has 3 wounds. She can literally do nothing today. She has no actions she can do. And with that in mind, yeah, we only have 3 characters that can do one thing each because they're all pretty tired. So, yeah. To start with, there is, thanks to a narrative action, there is one free thing that we can do that does not require an action. We have this kick the door down narrative action that I believe we got at the end of day 2. So we're going to just spend that so that we can open a closed door. And I think that means we're also going to get the stuff from it. Yep. We open the closed door. There it is. Cool. Now I just toss this card. That is 1 wood and 1 component that we get for that. Okay, so here's how I plan things out. I was thinking I'm probably going to have Bruno build the rainwater collector because we have just enough stuff for a rainwater collector. It might seem a bit silly, but I'm probably going to have Katya sit in the chair because she has Misery 1, and we do have 2 books. So it's almost guaranteed we can knock out her misery if she can just chill out in the chair and like read for the day. So there's that. And then that leaves Arika with 1 thing that she can do. And I was kind of thinking maybe I'll have her go outside to take another chance to see if maybe we can get some good stuff. It's a real gamble, but maybe we can get some bandages. If we apply them to Amelia, then she's good. Yeah. And I was thinking probably Amelia and hmm, now, we might just have everybody sleep other than Arika. Arika can just man the door with the shotgun. Anyway, let's get this done. We'll finish this day up real quick. So first of all, Bruno is going to build a rainwater collector. So we're gonna grab this card. We're gonna put it right next to the workshop. We're gonna have this thing built, and it's gonna require. Let's see. I don't need it. I'm not supposed to flip this yet. It's gonna require 5 components. There it is. 1 mechanical part and 1 filter, which we have. Cool. And precisely 2 wood. Okay, so we put Bruno up there. He is doing that. Amelia cannot do anything. We're going to have Katya sit in the chair. Now, the deal is, when you have books in the storage, you can add +2 to your roll for each book. So that's what I meant when I said this is almost guaranteed that she's going to feel happier because she has a couple of books to check out. Which books is she reading? I don't know. Are they even legible? Can you read in a dusty, old, bombed out building that doesn't have electricity? Let's not worry about that for now, right? We get +4 to this roll. That means really we just need like a 2 or more. And we get a 2. That is a habit so far with this campaign, apparently, is getting just barely enough to get a success. But hey, it worked. We got a 2, and thanks to the 2 books, that's +4. That's a 6. So we do get to lower Katya's misery down to 0. Okay. And we're doing this primarily because of the objective that we have called taking care of ourselves. That's going to happen at the... Oh, wait a minute. Wait. I skipped something very important. We were supposed to start this day with the event. Let's rewind a little bit. There is an event that occurred before any of that stuff happened. Oh boy, and this is that thing that I thought happened in the first episode. It is food shortages. So we add 3 to the cold space, which means we have maximum cold now and no real way to lower it. So somebody is definitely getting sick. Somebody is almost certainly getting sick. And remove the following tokens from the box, not from the storage, into the waste bag. Okay. So 2 raw food. One canned food. And 3 vegetables. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we have to throw that into the waste bag, meaning we can never actually get that stuff. Yeah, we have now been capped at food, and it's really maximum food, I should say. And it's really, really cold outside. For the moment, we have a decent amount of food. For the moment. Anyway, so that happened. That was the event. And now, once the day is over, we resolve the chapter 2 objective, provided nobody goes to misery 2 by the end of the day. We'll have accomplished that at the very least. Okay, so The last thing to do is Arika's action, and then I guess we'll see what the cat decides to do after that. Don't forget the cat. Mr. Snuggles, I guess? I don't know. Boris. There we go. That's a good name for the cat. The cat's name is Boris now, I guess. You doing Boris? There you go. So there are a lot of things that Arika could do, but I kind of think the best bet for right now is to go outside and chance it. See if we get something. So we're going to have her go outside, which means we do have to roll the die of fate. It is a 9, so we're good. She doesn't get shot. We do get to draw a visitor's card to see what it is. And thank fuck it says doctor. So this is probably exactly what we needed. Discard tokens worth at least 10 to lower one chosen character's illness or wounds by 1. Okay. Well, I guess. What do we get rid of? Let's see. We do have a couple of vegetables, which are still worth 8 points each, really. So if we get rid of the 2 vegetables, that's 16. And then we just need to make up like 4 more points beyond that. Worth at least 10. Well, there is an electrical part over there. That's worth 3. So 16 plus 3. Wait. What am I doing? If we get rid of the 2 vegetables, that's just 10, period. In fact, that's 10 plus. We could just give him the 2 vegetables. All right, we're giving him the 2 vegetables. We're getting rid of that. It just said 10. At least 10. And then, get rid of that. We can lower Amelia's wounds to 2. So, that's not bandages, but at the very least, she's not almost dead. So, and if we're really lucky, maybe the fate card at the end of the day doesn't have anything to do with bandages. It means Bruno is still stuck at 2 wounds, but he's the only one that has bandages. He's got bandages on him. We don't have any bandages. That was good enough. That was something. That was better than nothing. All right, so we're going to shuffle this back into the deck. Totally worth it. And then we're going to see what Boris does. What does Boris the cat do? I like how the cat has a name now. We're probably just going to call him Boris. Y'all are probably going to see Boris a lot. I kind of like Boris. There's also a dog. There's a dog and some kids. And a bunch of other stuff. I have a lot of stuff for this game that I want to try out. This is just 2 extra modules, really. Tales from the Ruined City actually comes with like 5 unique scenarios with like extra components and mechanics and whatnot. So that'll be cool to like try and play through some of that stuff. Anyway, so we're rolling to see what Boris does. It's a 2. Boris just says, whatever. See you later, losers. He just leaves. Okay. All right, Boris. Okay, so that was that day. We can't do anything else. Although I don't know. If Amelia got healed, we could say she could do one thing. We could have her do one thing before we end up the day action. She could saw through those bars downstairs. She could do that. Could also have her poke about. That might be even better. But really, I think the bars would be best because we have the saw blade. We might as well use it while we have it. So she's going to go downstairs and cut through the bars. Okay, with the saw blade. And we are going to get 3 components and a mechanical part for that. Okay, I'll take that. 3 components and a mechanical part. So we're going to need some more wood now. But we got a decent amount of parts. Okay, so the day is done now. I gather all the characters back at the guard space. We're getting rid of this. Getting rid of this stuff. Okay. We now have a rainwater collector. Okay. And we get this component and this wood. All right. And we toss that. That's gone. Oh boy. So now it's time for dusk. And everybody drinks. So we get rid of all the water that we have. All right. So we don't have to roll for anybody for that. We're going to use raw food for Arika so we can get rid of her hunger. Oh, that's right. We had 2 vegetables, but then we gave them away to the doctor. I was going to use those vegetables to feed people so that they wouldn't get hungry, but I wouldn't have to use up this raw food. Should we save up the food? We could use it all so that people don't get hungrier. We have something of a food shortage. Getting some more will not be easy. We still don't have like a deadfall trap or some kind of... I mean, we do have the rooftop garden and we do have some chems, so we could grow like a few vegetables. So that's something. Yeah, no, I say for now, maybe we'll, as goofy as it sounds, we're probably gonna, nobody else is gonna eat. Everybody else is gonna go up the hunger one other than Arika. That's gonna feel, we're gonna feel especially silly saving up all this food. Okay, I think we should have 2 people on guard. We should have that. It should probably be Amelia and Arika. Or really, it should be Bruno and Arika. Bruno has 2 wounds as well. He also has 1 prowess, but he also has bandages. So, yeah. Anyway, we're putting 1 hunger on everybody else to save the food, and then we're going to have 2 guards to make sure we keep all this stuff that we have. So I guess with dusk over, we do evening. If Araka and Bruno are the guards, they stay on the guard space. These other 2 go to the floor. That means we wipe out the fatigue for Katya and Amelia. Their fatigue is gone. But we have to increase the fatigue of Araka and Bruno. They are both at fatigue 3 now. Really, really nice if we could build a bed. All right. We have shotgun and pistol. We are armed for bear, just in case something zany comes at us in the night raid. So let's draw the night raid card and see what it says. It says Desperate People. Damage. Any 2 tokens, starting with yellow tokens. Wounds. 3. Or if you choose not to roll any combat dice for the guards, any 8 tokens, starting with yellow tokens. Well, why wouldn't we roll combat dice for the guards? We got a shotgun and a pistol, and we got ammo. Let's go. In fact, with the shotgun, hopefully this happens. Might as well show you anyway. There's a critical hit with the shotgun. If this comes up and you have a shotgun, it just ends the night raid right there. So, yeah. Let's see. If we're rolling, we have, 3 wounds. And any 2 tokens starting with yellow tokens. Any 2. Which means, if we have to take tokens, we could take, 1 chem and 1 herbal meds. Or maybe just 2 chems. Anyway. Let's roll for Bruno. We can re-roll once, because he has prowess 1. And he does get 3. Bruno gets 3. Okay. So that's the wounds taken care of. So now let's roll for Arika to see if she can save the tokens that we would kind of like to keep. Okay, so she's the one that got the buckshot. That's great. She doesn't have a shotgun, though. She does have prowess, so we can reroll. I think if you don't have a shotgun, that kind of means a miss. I'm fairly certain. Let me just double check the... Yes, it says critical hits are considered misses if using different weapons. Okay. So we get, I think, 2 rerolls here. Here's our first reroll with Arika. She gets 2. All right, cool. So Bruno got 3 and Arika got 2. That means Desperate People... Nope. Great, and instead of getting rid of this, we have to shuffle it back into the night deck. It doesn't actually go away. That's interesting. The really weak beginning of the game ones do go away forever. These harder ones kind of stay around. Okay, so we used up a shell and an ammo. We're tossing those. That was pretty cool. That's actually the first time that that's happened to me in this game. That I actually had two guards that both had guns, and they used them to like just negate all the damage by themselves. So that's pretty dope. So we're gonna put these back back there. That is the night raid over. So now I think we go to the dawn phase. Did not do any kind of scavenging. We are going to need to put... Let me see. I think it says... I'm pretty sure like all the rest of the cards go back in anyway. Because at the end of the first chapter, they kind of all go back in. So we've got 2 resonance cards left, but we won't put them back in until like it says on the chapter thing, you put the rest of the crime wave cards back in there. That's 2 more resonance in the resonance deck for the crime wave. Let's see. We don't need to assign meds or bandages. We do need to draw a fate card. We need to see what happens there. Okay, so we lucked out on that. Raise the illness of all ill characters. But we also heal the wounds of all characters who had bandages by 1. Dope. And we discard the bandages. That means Bruno is down to 1 wound, but it also means these bandages are gone. And we kind of need more bandages. We kind of... okay. And Amelia is at wound 2 wounds. Did I say we lucked out with that one? I mean, it could have been worse. Anyway, if cold... Yeah, we're definitely... Somebody is getting sick now. If cold tokens minus board ups equals 1 or more, raise the illness of 1 chosen character by 1. Who will get ill? Probably... Let's give it to Katya. Or... I know this is really mean, but let's give it to Amelia for no other reason than like Katya actually can do 3 things next time. Amelia is only going to be able to do 1 anyway. And we have herbal meds to just give her at the end of the day tomorrow anyhow. So this illness is not going to affect her for the moment. Let's see. So yeah, basically everybody has 1 action except for Katya. She's going to be busy as hell. Like 3 things she can do. Anyway, so that was that. And exchange the nearest small location, which is the derelict squat. That goes away, and then we replace it with the sniper junction. Oh no. Oh. We could trade there. We could trade at the sniper junction, but it says at the beginning of scavenging, resolve 660, and I'm guessing that means, hey, maybe you get shot at for just going here. Boy, oh boy, I sure would like to trade for, like, man, we need bandages? Anyway, let's see. Resolve weight tokens, we don't have any of those. Resolve spirit C in all character cards. Arca, no effect. Amelia, her misery does get raised by 1 because it's super cold out. If Katya is wounded, nope. If Bruno is wounded, raise his misery by 1. Just if he's wounded. All right. So his misery gets raised by 1 as well. Okay. That's not great, but it's also not terrible, because I think that means we've got to the end of this day without anybody's misery going beyond 1. So, taking care of ourselves at the end of the chapter, each character's misery must be lower than 2. Reward unity. For each character, choose any one state and lower it by 1. Yo! That's pretty cool. We can do that for each character, too. Okay, I like the sound of that. So we're definitely going to get rid of Bruno's wound there. We can get rid of Katya's hunger, too. And we can bring Arca down to fatigue, too. And should probably bring Amelia down to wound 1 wound. This could work out pretty good. But we're going to look at chapter 2 first. So you have just finished the first chapter of the campaign. Add the Night Raid and Resident cards. Yeah, I knew it. So everything from the crime wave gets added at this point. Then resolve the top objective cards. See the reward if you blah, 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 blah. You may save the game now, blah, 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 blah. Okay. All right, so we have to put the rest of these residents... These residents cards have to go in the resident decks. We have lots of scary things in the resident deck now. Many, many scary things. Okay. We also, I think we kind of need an objective status tracker. For the new objective, it's spare parts for smugglers. At any moment, you may discard any number of part tokens, electrical part, mechanical part. For each discarded part, advance the objective marker by 1. Okay. We need to have that done by the end of the chapter, which is in 4 days. But before that, we do get a reward for this one. So, first of all, with Arca, we're going to bring her fatigue down to 2. Cool. For Amelia, we're going to bring her wounds down to 1. Okay, she's feeling better now. She's sad, she's sick, she's kind of hungry, and she's still wounded. What's wild is this whole time she's been wounded multiple times, no bandages at all. Somehow she's feeling better. Okay, we're getting rid of Katya's hunger. That's gone. And we're also getting rid of Bruno's wound. So that is gone as well. His wound is finally just gone. Getting rid of that. Okay, so now we just need bandages for Amelia, basically. Unless somebody else gets wounded somehow. So yes, we're getting rid of this. Just for fun, the penalty was capitulation. You raise one chosen character's illness by 2. Oh, that would have put Amelia up to illness 3. That's cool. It's a good thing we were able to... it's a good thing I built that chair and we managed everybody's emotional health, shall we say. All right, so that happened. We're going to put everybody here and then... The cat is going to wander back. Hello, Boris. How you doing? And we're going to start day 4 now. So that means we gotta pull the next event. First of all, is army deals. We cannot add any more cold to the cold space, but we now have army deals. So we finally get rid of famine. This is gone. Army deals says the value of cigarettes, moonshine, 100% alcohol, and jewelry is raised by 5. Okay. So that is in play. I will take that. I will take that with bells on. That was fine. That's way better than the shelling thing that happened a while ago. I mean, oh gosh. Boris was fine. Boris was chilling, you know. Anyway, let's see here. So now we got another day. What do we do now with our day actions? Because our survivors, our refugees, are doing a little, just a little bit better. Katya has no problems at all. Katya is just doing really good. She could do all kinds of stuff. So we're definitely going to have, I think we're going to start with her, and we're going to have her go up here and put a weight token on the rainwater collector, because we want to make sure that gets done. We want that to get done. There's a weight token there. So now we can potentially get some water from that at the end of the day. All right. So let's see. Somebody could also go up to the rooftop garden, and with 2 chems, we could place a weight token there. Then you have to roll the black die. On a 1, you get shot. That is a risk for just potentially just 1 vegetable. Because really, you have to wait until the end of the day, remove that weight token, and depending upon how you roll, it could be anywhere from 1 to 3 vegetables. And I don't even know if we have... Yeah, we do have 3 vegetables in the box here. Let's see. I think what we're going to want is both Bruno and Arica should probably poke about and get some stuff. Yeah, we'll start with Bruno first. Bruno will go down here. If we can get some components going here, if we can get some extra wood, then maybe we can do someone could do a board up. Really, how much wood do we need for the simple heater again? We need 3 wood and 5 components for a simple heater. I sure would like a deadfall trap, though. I sure would. I would really like that. I really would. Maybe we do a deadfall trap, because we almost have enough for a deadfall trap. Yeah, screw it. Let's do a deadfall trap. Let's prioritize that for now. Let's use it while we got it. We got 2 mechanical parts. We've got 4 components. We have 1 wood. We just need 1 more wood and 1 more component. And then somebody could build a deadfall trap. Yep. Okay. So first of all, what is Bruno going to get? We need to do a roll and see how much he's going to get of something. Oh gosh, we got a 10. Okay, cool. That is perfect. That means we could just do 2 and 2. We could get 2 wood and 2 components. That's what Bruno found down there. Okay. And, you know, we might as well have... Arika could search the furniture. And we might want to have Amelia, like... dig at this rubble. We could have her do that. So we could put the shovel over here and say Amelia starts digging at this rubble. Makes perfect sense, right? The lawyer lady who probably still has all these gaping wounds that haven't been bandaged yet, and she's also kind of sick and really sad. She totally goes at it, all this rubble with the shovel. She just goes for it. Okay, so... And we still have Arika. She could go search the furniture. So what's in the furniture? We get 2 electrical parts, 2 mechanical parts. Wow, okay. And raw food, and 1 wood. I will take that. Bells on. Okay. Okay. Let's see. 2 mechanicals and 2 electrical. Wow, we have lots of surplus parts in here now. Like, a lot. We can definitely dump some. Just out of curiosity, for a radio, you only need 2 electrical parts. So, I don't know, we might discard 1 electrical part, like, right now to move a little bit further along with the objective. It does say you can ditch them at any time. Okay, so... Oh, wait. I didn't do this right. Let's see, we also get 1 raw food and 1 wood. It's fine, we'll just put it all in the storage. This is the last thing that happened anyway. Throw this out. Put this stuff in the storage now. And let's see here. Oh gosh, Harry. Oh, he's starting to worry me. Harry's starting to Ralph up his food on the somewhat regular. That is not good. Y'all probably didn't need to hear that, but that's kind of what Harry just did. Damn it. The show must go on. The show must go on. How you doing, buddy? I mean, he seems fine otherwise. He's just been Ralphing his food up like kind of regularly now. It is concerning. Anyway, okay, so that was the first phase, and Arica and Bruno are kind of done. They can't do anything else. Amelia can do one more thing, and Katya can do two more things. So we might as well put Arica and Bruno over here. And we're going to say that with Amelia, she can get rid of the Rebel Remnants here. That is the second and final thing that she does for the day. And then Katya can now do two more things. Let's see, what were we thinking? A deadfall trap would be great. So if she could maybe build that down here in the basement, that'd even be fitting. Let's see. Let's take the deadfall trap, put that down here. And then say we need 2 mechanical parts. Just about all of our components. 3, 4, 5. And 2 wood. And for that, we can get a deadfall trap. And since nobody else has any other actions, we might as well just say, yes, this has been built. We'll have to toss all of this. Okay. Don't worry, everybody. I can probably talk to my dad and try to work something out, and we'll see if we can get Harry to the vet to check him out and make sure he's okay. I'm going to check him out and make sure he's okay. We have one final thing to do for the day, and probably we're going to set the trap. So it's possible that we get nothing with this, but if we put 1 chem down on here, for 1 chem, we can place 1 weight token. We toss the chem. We can have... So yeah, Katya was indeed very energetic. She went up to the rainwater collector. She messed around with that. Then she ran all the way down to the basement and built a deadfall trap and then set it. So hopefully by the end of the day, if we're lucky, we're going to have some food and some water just sort of appear magically at the end of the day. All right. So now we're going to put the shovel back. Put these people back. So that is the day phase finished. Now we go through dusk. And I just realized I think we don't have any water. We don't have any water. That's a problem. Nobody's going to be able to drink. We're going to have to roll for everybody. That's a problem. That's a problem. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We do have to roll for each person because they cannot drink. But we do have all this raw food, so hopefully it's just hunger, and then we can just have them eat, and they'll be okay. We have 2 people with misery 1, so maybe their misery goes up to 2. I don't know. We'll see. First, it's Arca. She gets a 6, so that means misery 1. Well, food isn't going to fix that. What does Amelia get? She gets a 10, so she also has misery 2. Cool. Katya, what do you get? She also gets a 10. This is awesome. When I need low rolls, I apparently just can't get them. All right. Everybody is pretty sad now. Katya gets misery 1. And what about Bruno? Are you sad, or are you finally going to get maybe just a little hungry and not even more sad? Okay, now we get a 1. Okay, so Bruno gets 1 hunger. All right. So I guess we could have just Amelia and Bruno eat. I mean, Bruno is going to have to go to sleep. He will have to sleep. Arca's fatigue is only 2, so we could have her go scavenging tonight and then sleep the next night. So probably mean we'd have to keep maybe Amelia on guard duty. Katya might be able to go scavenge as well. It'd be nice to really be able to take some stuff back with us, because we need some things. We need some bandages. We need some bandages at the very least. Could do with bringing back some more water and some more. We definitely could try going to the supermarket. Yeah. Okay, so we're still in dusk though. Who should eat? Should everybody eat? Wait a minute. Did we roll for Boris? I don't think we did. We forgot to roll for Boris. Let's roll for Boris real quick. What does Boris do today? I completely forgot. He might bring us some food or make somebody happy. Who knows? That's a 4. So yeah, he doesn't do anything. He just says, haha, you guys suck. He just leaves again. Thanks, Boris. Anyway. So if I use up all this raw food, we have Bruno at only hunger 1, and nobody else is going to have any hunger at all, which is nice. But we will have no food and no water. Although we do have this rainwater collector, and we do have that deadfall trap now, and we also have that rooftop garden, and we still do have some chems left. So if the scavenging team can just bring a bit of water back, then we're probably good on food and water for the next day. Let's risk it. Let's have everybody eat one raw food. All the raw food is gone. Everybody had a nice meal. Hunger gone, and hunger down to 1 for Bruno. Okay. All right. So now that that's taken care of, I think we already decided who's going where. So Bruno has to sleep. Since he is sleeping, we can bring his fatigue down to 1. We could erase it if we had a bed, but nah, fam, you're sleeping on the floor, so it's a little uncomfortable. Let's see. We were thinking Araka and Katya are gonna go scavenging again, and Amelia guards the door with a shotgun. Okay. All right, and we have to increase everybody's fatigue who is not sleeping. So that would be, let's see, Katya is up to 1. Araka is 3. And Amelia is 1. All right. Okay, so we can now begin scavenging, and I think probably going to all right, we're bringing the saw blade with us. We're bringing the saw blade with us because I noticed the supermarket does have bars. So to run into those, we might be able to saw our way through it with the saw blade and get us some goodies. So there is that. Okay, so we're gonna put these ladies on the supermarket. And Harry. What are you doing, buddy? He's got his little cousin Boris. I'm probably worried about nothing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. My other cat, Lucky, used to rough up stuff too. It's just a thing that cats do. It's just, I'm pretty sure I heard somewhere that if they do it a little more frequently than before, then maybe there's a slight issue. We shall see. Okay, we are beginning scavenging, and we're going to draw the first card. What does it say? It says stairs down. So we look for another way by returning 3 exploration cards, or we raise the noise by 3 and roll for the noise. Raise the noise by 3. Oof. I don't like the sound of that. Let's just return 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. We look for another way. What does the next one say? Search the heap. Okay, so this time we're going to raise the noise by 1 and roll for the noise. And with my luck, probably get a 1. No, we got a 3. Okay. That is definitely not the first time that happened. But hey, we're good. We're good. So now we get to search the heap. Draw and resolve 1 card from the findings, the heap chart. So we do get a mechanical part, a shell, and a weapon part. Okay. Another shell, you say. I like that. Weapon part and a mechanical part. Did it say any kind of part? No, just electrical parts or mechanical parts. I guess weapon parts don't count. I mean, if we get to the end of the scavenging phase and I mean, we might as well toss it now. We'll just toss it now. And bump that up to 2. And we also get to roll for special findings. What do we get? An 8. And that is a coffee. Okay. I will take that. With bells on. We got another coffee. Okay, so what is the next one? Next one says rubble, and we do not have a shovel. We left that at home, and I don't think... Yeah, there's no rubble on the card, so that means we draw another one. Let's see what that says. It says stairs up. So we either return 2 cards to look for another way, or we raise the noise by 2 and roll for the noise. I do need to find some stuff here. We are unarmed, though, and as I was saying earlier, there is a lot of scary stuff out there now within the residence card, because we already drew civilians and rats, and I'm pretty sure both of those got removed from the game. The rats did, at least, anyway. Could raise the noise by 2 and then use Arika's skill to just bump it down to nothing. How many cards do we have left? We still have 8. We still have 8 left. Strip. Up to 4. We're just going to roll for it. And we got a 7. We're good. Cool. We didn't have to use Arika's ability at all. That means we can just use it next time we have to roll. We can bring it down by 5 points. And we get rid of this, and we draw the next one. Oh gosh, it says tough luck. Roll for the noise. Damn it. It's a 5. We are... That sure was lucky. Okay. What does the next one say? Next one says jammed door. We can return 1 exploration card, raise the noise by 3, and roll for the noise. After entering, add 3 cards to the exploration deck, from the exploration deck to the unknown deck. Okay, well, let's put this one to the side for now. It's possible... Oh, wait, no. No, we can't. This location doesn't have a jam door, so we have to draw something else now. What's the other thing say? Basement entrance, and this does have a basement entrance. So this one just says raise the noise by 3 and roll for the noise. So that would bring the noise up to 7, and we could bring it all the way back down to 2 again. We would add 5 cards to the exploration deck to the unknown deck. Also, you may discard this card during scavenging. Okay. So let's do this now. Raise the noise by 3. 1, 2, 3. But we can use Arika's ability. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring it down to 2. Because she is a sneaky cat burglar. And we got a 6. Okay, cool. So we are good. All right, so this means we also can take 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Add them to the unknown deck from the exploration deck. And the next time we run into something that we can scavenge, we can actually do that thing twice. So let's see. Someone's here. Raise the noise by 3. Great. 1, 2, 3. It's up to 5 now. Next one. Hey, we do have a hideout now. Return as many exploration cards as you wish and lower the noise by the same amount. Okay, so there's actually 2 different hideout cards. There's like a card that allows you to just sort of put it to the side and then use it whenever you want to like ignore like a resident that gets triggered. Or we could maybe ditch those extra cards we just got to lower the noise. Or we can ignore this and just keep on rolling. We could ignore it. I don't think we should, though. I think we should take just 3 cards and say 1, 2, 3. Put it back down to 2. Okay. So we just chilled for a little while. Next one says you may ignore this card or poke about. Return 1 exploration card or roll for the noise. Okay. Oh, we've been rolling for the noise a whole lot, though, haven't we? And we only have 5 left. Noise is at 2. It's a 6. We're good. So, now we get to choose 1 finding from the special findings trap for this location, which is nice because there's a lot of stuff that we could get. We could just take 2 mechanical parts and then use that to be almost done with the objective already. That's really tempting. I think I might do that, actually. I think I'm going to take 2 mechanical parts. Say, we got that from that card, so here they are. But now, thanks to the way this objective is written, we can now just throw them out immediately and then put the marker up to 4, from 2 to 4. Okay. Let me just double check on this. At any moment, you may discard any number of part tokens, electrical part or mechanical part. For each discarded part, advance the objective marker by 1. We are almost done with this objective already. Okay. We got the easy one, apparently. All right. So that was that card. What does the next one say? It says search the heap. It also says private, but that doesn't matter because we haven't triggered any residents. So we will get to resolve this twice thanks to the basement entrance. So our options are raise the noise by 1 and roll for the noise, or we can return 2 exploration cards, which would mean we would only have 2 cards left. Huh. If we raise it by 1, that's just a 3. But that's still triggering a resident on 3 or less. We will get to do 2 heaps, though. Screw it. We're risking it again. Well, there you go. It's a 2. It's a 2. All right. What's the resident? It's village folk. Strangers are dragging some bags behind them. Even though their eyes are hopelessly empty, they look well fed. They must be new in the city. You may perform a trade to exchange any tokens from the findings pile for any green tokens. Trade commission 1. Afterwards, shuffle this card back into the residence deck. Cool. What would we want to trade for, though? We don't have hardly anything to trade, though. For any green tokens. I mean, we could trade our weapon part for some green tokens. We could give them the weapon part and get coffee and a cigarette. I think that would be a good idea. I think we should do that. This actually worked out pretty good. Some random people came up and we're like, yeah, we found some broken crap. Can you give us some coffee and some cigarettes, please? All right, then we get rid of this. That's gone. And we have those instead. Okay, and then it says to shuffle this back in there. So that was one of the special cards from the market. Wow, triggering residents so far has not been bad at all. It's always been a just underwhelming experience. Oh, and the noise goes back down to 1 every time you trigger something. Okay, so now we get to resolve 2 heaps. So the first one, we get a broken guitar. I'm taking this back no matter what. And a shell. Okay, so a broken guitar is nice because we can fix it at the workshop that we did build. We do get another shotgun shell. Once we fix the broken guitar and we have it in the storage and we can hopefully keep it there, we have 2 characters, Arika and I believe Katya. They have spirit options of B. Basically, if we have a guitar, there are 2 characters that can help manage emotional health by just sitting down, chilling out, and playing the guitar. It'd be kind of funny if Arika played and then just passed it to Katya and it was just a banjo jam session or something. Anyway, so rolling for special findings, and we get to do 1 more heap. That is a 6, and a 6 is... Oh, weapon part. That's funny. That was the one I just threw out. We get that back. All right. I guess the farmers dropped it, and we were just like, yoink, I guess we'll take it. There, it's canon. Anyway, next findings is we get an electrical part, a filter, and a weapon part. Okay. Electrical part, a filter, and a weapon part. Almost certainly take these weapon parts back down to the market to get some goodies for it. Ooh, I wasn't thinking. Booze and cigarettes. It's all, oh my gosh. They're all raised by 5. Oh, each cigarette is worth 6 points. No. Okay. Try to keep that in mind. And we get to roll for special findings. What do we got? We got a 5, and that is 2 more mechanical parts. Do we even have that many mechanical parts in here? Yes, we do. They're probably the same 2 mechanical parts we just tossed out. We're about to just get this objective, actually. Look at all these parts I have. I'm just going to toss out one of them right now. One of the mechanical parts. Gone, and the objective is just done. That was pretty easy. Anyway, okay, so we did that searching, so we're gonna put this back up in here. In the findings. Basement entrance and this heap searching, they both go away, and then we take the next card, which is a reality impact. So we're going to need to draw something from the colors deck. And which color do we get this time? We've got 3 cards in the colors deck, fun fact. There's normally 5. I removed red and black because apparently they kind of describe on the back of the cards that like black is cruel, merciless fate, and red is like really gory type stuff. So I don't know, I figured let's just avoid that for now, shall we? So yes, you can make this game infinitely more depressing if you really want to. You can do that. But this time we got a gray. All right, we got a gray, and draw a card from the exploration deck. And it says 821, I believe. Okay. $8.21. So what the heck is that? 8:21. The door creaks like nobody's opened it in weeks. It's cozy and warm inside the room. 3 people are sitting at the table, but nobody reacts to our presence, except for the slight glances afforded us. A woman gets up from the table and approaches a little girl who is... Wait a minute. Let's start again. What's going on here? The door creaks like nobody opened it in weeks. It's cozy and warm inside the room. I didn't expect that. 3 people are sitting at the table, but nobody reacts to our presence. This is in the supermarket, mind you. Except for the slight glances afforded us. A woman gets up from the table and approaches a little girl who is blindfolded. There's a shapeless mass in front of the girl. It's a cake with 5 candles stuck in it. The father is holding a gift wrapped in a piece of paper in his hand. A burned plastic doll's leg sticks out of the wrapping. Okay. They don't seem to need any company right now, and the cake made from soot, dust, and earth is nothing to fight. Oh. It's not a real cake. Oh. Didn't I just say you can make this game less depressing if you want to? I think it's all coming together now. I think I get it. I think like everything is so awful. They are giving this little girl a pretend birthday party, and she's blindfolded because they want her to imagine that she's getting an actual doll and an actual cake when she really isn't. She's getting doll parts and like a bunch of dirt that nobody can eat. So that's cool. That just happened. Yeah, we just discard that, put that back on the colors thing. What does the next card say? The next card does say bars. We did bring our saw blade so we can saw through them. So we can return 2 exploration cards and roll for the noise, which is currently at 1. But after we saw through, we add 6 cards. We then draw and resolve 1 findings card pantry chart. Okay, so how many cards do we have left? We have just enough cards to return. And then we roll for the noise, which is currently 1. And we get a 5, so we're good. Okay. So let's see here. Yeah, we get 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. From the top of the exploration deck. We discard this, but we do get to resolve 1 findings card pantry chart. Good thing I brought that saw blade. We get us some boo. Now we get us some booze. We get 100% alcohol, which is that valued at 10? With army deals, it's legit like 15 now. Holy crap. Okay. We get, let's see. I don't think we have any more coffee in here. It's saying coffee. We don't have any more coffee in here. We do have, what does it say? We do have a vegetable and 2 100% alcohols. I swear, whenever I try to read something, Harry just sits right on top of it. Harry, can I see the card, Harry? I really hope you're okay, Harry. We need to get you to the vet anyway, even if you are okay. I haven't taken Harry to the vet in like maybe a year or so. I really need to take him to the vet. I did take him to the vet. Like when I first got him. I thankfully was able to take him to the vet several times and get him checked out real good and make sure everything was okay, and he got all his shots, and that's fine. So we made sure to get rid of his fleas and all that jazz. So he is. That's all the wear cards. Thanks, Harry. Oh, okay. Come on. Oh. All right. So we got we didn't get coffee because like we literally can't get any more coffee from the box. I don't think there's any more coffee in here to be gotten. So yeah, I think we get to roll for special findings. And we do get a 5, and that is, oh my gosh, that is once again the 2 mechanical parts. They're back again. This time we can't just throw them out for some kind of objective or something. We really only have like 1 mechanical part in here. Okay. I know we're taking back the broken guitar. That's for sure. But all these parts, they're almost certainly going to need to go. We're probably just going to trade them at like the market for more like cigarettes or something. Probably some food. Yeah, I just ended up looking at all the wares cards to sort of give myself a good idea of what to expect more or less. And it kind of seems like the market like is sort of like a bodega, if that makes sense, you know? It's like it's convenience store level goods. You can get like chems, cigarettes, food, maybe some booze. There are some special events where you can maybe get something like unique, but that's when like some mysterious stranger happens to be there, and then you can do some trading with them. But other than that, like the market doesn't have anything super amazing. It's just like just kind of the basics that you need to get by. So I don't know. I guess that's kind of why that's another reason why they probably put it in the game, is to have a place to go when you're just desperate because you need to try and get like a little more food or some cigarettes or something like that to keep your people going. The market can provide that. And even if you don't have anything to trade with them, maybe you can do the steal or the loot type thing. Maybe you can do that. Anyway, so we get this. Oh my gosh, we still have this. We have this alcohol too. I would like to hang on to this. We should take back. I mean, ideally, I would like to take back 2 water and then maybe 2 components and 2 wood. That would mean like ditching everything else. But again, we can probably just trade for that stuff. We're keeping the guitar. So I guess we're getting 2 components and 1 wood, I suppose. Is what we're gonna get. I guess. But there's still a few more cards left. So let's see what happens. What's the next card say? It is a heap. We can return 2 exploration cards and raise the noise by 1. Or we can raise the noise by 1 and roll for the noise. How many cards do we have left? We have 5 cards left. Boy, we have been rolling for the noise a lot. Screw it. It's up to 2. It's up to 2. It's up to 2 and we're rolling again. It'll be fine. It's a 5. It's fine. Okay. We get to draw and resolve 1 findings card, heap chart. And that says electrical part, chems, and cigarette. Even more parts. We have like all the parts. More importantly, chems and a cigarette. We will definitely take that. Okay, and we get to roll for special findings, of course. So that is a 5. That's interesting. I have 2 findings cards here. And I'm not sure which one is which. I don't know if I already drew one and forgot to put it back. Okay, yeah, this is the one. 2 100% alcohols, a vegetable, and a coffee. Put these findings back. We did search the heap. Okay. Next one. Search the furniture. You know what? We're putting 2 cards back. Yep. And we're gonna draw. I think we've risked it. We've risked it enough. And it's a reality impact. Okay. We do not get to search any furniture to get more goodies. What is the color? It's blue. We get blue. All right. And then check the number. So draw a card from the colors deck to determine the color of the script. Then check the number with that color on the rare findings chart of the current location card. It says, I think, 586. Okay. So what does it say on 586? 586 is what? Okay. Who would have ever thought that finding a reserve of water would be a reason for joy? Huge plastic canisters of water are standing on the floor. They are very heavy, which is probably why no one has taken them yet. But if we were to empty one of the containers and take it with us, carrying water would be much easier in the future. Ooh. So it says, write down water container 586 on a blank token and place it on the findings pile. Treat it as a gray token with a value of 3 and a weight of 1. Okay, and it only weighs 1. Okay. And it says, if you have the water container with you, ignore the weight of the first 3 water tokens. If you're taking more water, further tokens. Oh my gosh. This is so awesome. We potentially found the most awesome thing ever. Okay, let me see if there's a blank token in here. I think there's one. One of these sides should still be blank. Yes. Okay. Water. Container. Value equals 3. weight is 1. All right. So with this, we can take back 3 water, and it will only weigh us down by 1. That is awesome. That means we can take back 3 water, the broken guitar, and 4 more things. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. That's way better than some random junk. I love that. Okay, cool. So I think we have resolved that. We put the color back. And then it says to place this under the current location card. Right. Put that back. Okay, what does the next one say? Yeah, we have to ignore this one. This is the other hiding place I was talking about. You can exchange 2 exploration cards to place this to the side, and then you would be able to ignore a resonance card. We have to ignore this card now because we only have 1 exploration card left. And this is just the same thing. So exploration is now over. Okay, exploration is finally over. These 2 ladies definitely went on a journey. They found many, many things. We are definitely going to the market to like get some stuff. That is for sure. We are going to get some things at the market. Because maybe we can just get all the cigarettes and like some more food. Who knows what? Who knows what's going to happen? So let's see. Okay, Harry. I hate to do this, buddy. Oh. There we go. Okay. Just lying all over the market thing. Okay, so if we give up 1 token, could be anything. Might as well be the filter. We'll give up the filter. We'll give up the filter. And let's see, we discard any 1 token from the findings pile, then draw 1 card from the wares. Okay, and now it says we have 1 thug and 2 farmers. And they've got chems, some sugar, some moonshine, and some raw food. It says trade commission is 2, but that's a lie because we have Katya here and there is no trade commission. So, now that they only take gray and red tokens. So it doesn't matter that we happen to have booze and that's like super valuable. If we want to get some food, we probably need to give them, okay, if we give them both of the electrical parts, that's 6. And then we could give up both of the weapon parts. That's 10. And that would allow us to get a 1 raw food. Okay, so we throw out the electrical parts and the weapon parts. They also have moonshine, sugar, and chems. They have 1 chems. Let's see. I think we should definitely take that 100% alcohol back with us. 100%. Because Army Deals is in play. Those are some good trade items. And the broken guitar. We can get 3 water with this. So we could take... If we took back 2 wood, then we could do a board up. All right. So... Oh, wait a minute. If we want to take the raw food back with us... Yeah. Damn it. We have to ditch, like, not just the mechanical parts, but probably one of the 100% alcohols if we want to keep the food with us. We kind of do want to take the food back with us. We kind of do. Booze is nice, especially since we have so many people with... Everybody's sad as all hell, actually. Building that radio would be a great idea, actually. Ooh. That would be 2 electrical parts, 2 mechanical parts, and 3 components. Let's see, we have... I mean, we could also really use that simple heater, though. Because it is cold. Okay, we need to select findings. What are we bringing back with us? Because we can take 3 water, and that would only weigh 1 thing. We are definitely taking the broken guitar back with us. That is non-negotiable. We don't have to worry about the radio as much, I guess, if we fix the broken guitar, maybe. Like, having a guitar in your storage is sort of like, maybe it makes people feel better, maybe not. A radio almost certainly does, and it also has another benefit of keeping you informed, so that way you can, like, see certain events before they happen. So... I mean, I could just ditch 1 mechanical part and then just take everything back with me. But I could also take back wood and components. This booze is super valuable right now, though. What we could do is just ditch the mechanical parts. We could take back 1 component and 1 wood. Or how about 2 wood? Yeah, we'll do that. We'll ditch the mechanical parts. We'll toss these. And we'll take 2 wood back. Because that will mean we can do 1 board up as soon as we get back. We'll definitely have to poke about more for more parts so we can do more things, but doing at least one board up would be great. Okay, so that was the end of the scavenging finally. So now we're going to do the night raid. What happens with the night raid? Amelia is ready with her shotgun. And it's looters. Okay. Well, thankfully she has a shotgun and she also has prowess 1. So let's see if we can, at the very least, keep Amelia alive. Because it's 2 wounds, but it's also damage of 6 tokens / resources, starting with the most expensive ones. So that's probably going to be, they're gonna snatch the pistol. The pistol's going to be gone, and then they'll go for the herbal meds and the shovel. Oh, that's great. Okay, so that's 2. So we could keep it there and say that Amelia didn't get wounded, but they did take 6 tokens / resources, starting with the most expensive ones. That means they would take the pistol, the herbal meds, the shovel, and that's just 4 things. If I do have her re-roll, there's a chance that she gets the critical. Or a 3. I mean, so far that's 4. And then what else would they? They would take the electrical parts as well. That's a lot of stuff they would take. We wouldn't be able to build that radio anymore. We wouldn't be able to dig through rubble anymore. We wouldn't have any medicine to give to Amelia. No more pistol either. Crap. Or we could say Amelia takes 2 wounds. She's already wounded. Screw it, we're going for it. We're gonna re-roll. Maybe we get the critical. Nope, we get 2 all over again. So it's still just 2. I do not want to lose that shovel. I do not want to lose that shovel. And we don't have any bandages either. So if Amelia takes 2 wounds, she's at wound 3 wounds. It's possible she just dies tonight. We could have her take 1 wound so that at the very least we could keep the shovel. She takes 1 wound. But we at least get to keep the shovel, but they take all this other stuff. So now we have no herbal meds. Damn it. Oh, that was kind of rough. That was a lot of good stuff we just lost. Okay, well, that was the night raid. Afterwards, remove this card from the game. It is gonzo. Okay, so now we go to. Let's see. We get all our stuff back. Let's see. Water container. Broken guitar. Booze. Cigarettes. Coffee. At least we got plenty of coffee and cigarettes. Hooray! Got a couple wood. And then we see why that board up really comes in handy. Vegetables, saw blade, and we got to toss this shell out because Amelia used that. Put the shotgun back there. Okay. All right. So now I think it's dawn phase. So we don't have any meds or bandages to assign to anybody now. So we just gotta see what happens, I guess. Oh, how bad is it? What does the fate card say? Almost at 2 hours now. Okay, raise the wounds of all wounded unbandaged characters by 1. Oof. So Amelia is all the way back to 3 wounds. She can do nothing for the next day. Oof, oof, oof. Lower the illness of all characters who took meds by 1. Well, her illness could have been gone, but at least it didn't go up. Although really it probably will be. It says if cold tokens minus board ups equals 2 or more, which it does, it's like max cold. Raise the illness of 2 chosen characters by 1. So Amelia goes up to 2. And someone else is going to get sick. So this will say it's Katya, I guess. Okay. Exchange the nearest small location, which is the ruined via. So we now have a church in the far location. Resolve weight tokens, and then it's going to be Spirit B. Okay, so weight tokens first. So first of all, with the deadfall trap, we can roll the die and see how much food we get. And we do get a 6, so that is 1 raw food. Okay. We get 1 more raw food thanks to the deadfall trap. So that is 2, and we also have a vegetable. So someone's going hungry tomorrow. Let me see. We already have plenty of water, but we're also going to resolve this weight token to see if we get more water. How much water do we get? Rolling the die. It is a 10. We get 4 water. We can't even get that. Okay. We have max water now. They actually cap the amount of water that you can ever get at 6. So we have the maximum amount of water now. Which is definitely interesting game design. It means that you're just never, as I said earlier in this playthrough, you are just never going to have a surplus of the things that you need. So we barely have enough food. Okay, Spirit B. Oh, that's the guitar. So if guitar, lower misery, but no guitar, so that doesn't happen. If cold, though, Amelia gets even sadder. Although, let's see, journal. At the beginning of the dawn phase, Amelia may raise her fatigue by any amount to lower her misery by the same amount. Okay. So we could raise her fatigue by 1 to ignore the misery she just got from being cold. And B for Bruno. If Bruno is hungry, level 2 or 3. No, it's just 1, so he's good. All right. So that is what happened. Cool. And let's take 2 narrative actions, and then we are done with day 4. Which special narrative action do we get this time? We have rumors and headshot. Well, it's too bad we just lost the pistol, because we can't do this anymore, now can we? This would have come in handy earlier. It definitely would have come in handy earlier. I guess we will take... Just going to take rumors. And headshot goes to the bottom. Okay, well, situation is not super great, but when is it ever? Hey, look, we made it to day 4, and we have a lot of stuff, and nobody technically died yet. Amelia is once again not doing great. She has had a journey, hasn't she? she went. Her wounds just will not go away, will they? Man, she's up to 3 wounds all over again. And we still do not have any bandages. Hey, at least we got plenty of water, so that's cool. We don't have very many parts or components, though. Man, oh man. We're going to need some more of those so we can actually, like, build stuff. Anyway, that's the end of this episode, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I believe this is going to be part 3. Days 3 and 4. We did day 3 and 4 all at once. And I guess I'll see y'all in the next part when we continue on with chapter 2 here. We have already finished the objective. We just need to somehow survive until the end of chapter 2. Take it easy. Take care of each other, y'all. And if for some strange reason you actually like what I do here, I do have, just check the About section. There's a couple of links in there. And just, I don't know, check them out. I will see you later. Take it easy.